So we got Jon Stewart here, who accurately points out that the two-tier justice system that exists in our country has actually benefited Trump and helped him throughout the years. And the two-tier justice system that the Republicans are complaining about, how, oh, well, it's led by Democrats, and this is all just a Democrat ploy to politically hurt Trump and to help Biden win re-election because we're so scared of Trump that we have to come up with, crackpot conspiracies to try to bring him down. It's all a bunch of nonsense, okay? In fact, the two-tier justice system that exists, Trump's benefited directly from it, as Jon Stewart eloquently points out here in the clip.
To protect himself from legal accountability at every turn. He has lived his entire adult life in the space twixt illegal and unethical. He's in the tier where you get the platinum arraignment package. No cuffs, no mugshot, all you can eat fingerprint ink. You think regular people get to surround themselves with a meat shield of henchmen to go to prison in their place? But if you really want to know what tier Donald Trump is in, let's look at an actual fraud we know he was guilty of. He used his own charitable foundation like a piggy bank, or as it's sometimes known, embezzlement.
Shocking pattern of illegality, including unlawful coordination with the Trump presidential campaign, repeated and willful self-dealing, and much more.
He stole from his own charitable foundation. How much more what did he also nut punch a priest? How are non-Trumps punished for something like that? Well, some get 2 years in jail. Some get 5 years in jail. Some get 10 years in jail for stealing from charitable donations. But what happened to this selfless shield of the working man? Well, he agreed to shut down his charity piggy bank and paid a $2 million settlement, or on your Trump conversion chart, 15 to 16 porn star hushings. He wasn't even charged with a crime. So when people say this,
it's selective prosecution and it's wrong.
Selective prosecution on steroids.
It does feel like a selective prosecution. If his name were John Smith, Melvin Bragg would not be bringing this case.
If his name was John Smith, he'd be in jail already. Yes. It's all selective prosecution. And when you're in the good tier, you can do whatever you want, and you're probably going to be fine. In fact, you might even be president twice.
Wow. So, as Jon eloquently points out here, we do have a two-tier justice system in this country. There's justice that exists for the rich and powerful and the insulated, and there's justice for everybody else. And, oh, hey, kitty. And if you or I or some random person in the United States were to commit the crimes that, allegedly Trump has committed, we would not be treated the same, not even close. And so it's kind of ridiculous for the Republicans to complain about this two-tier justice system when, as Jon Stewart pointed out here, in relation to his charity that he was using like a piggy bank and siphoning funds from, anybody else does that in Washington or just generally, okay, they would be lambasted by the media. They would be lambasted by the public. There would be, this moral, there would be a lot of people who were just really upset about that a charity is being used in such a way. I mean, can we imagine if it was Obama that did that? Imagine if it was any other Democrat that did that, okay? They'd be all up in arms about it, like crazy. And rightfully so. Because it's not right, but somehow Trump gets a pass on all this because that's just Trump or whatever. there is a two-tiered justice system that exists in the United States. The fact is, Trump is the benefactor of it more so than it's hurt him. And to pretend like this new documents case, an indictment, is some sort of Democrat witch hunt, and that we're just trying to bring Trump down. All he had to do is return the documents. That's all he had to do, and there would be no indictment. But Trump's too egotistical to be told what to do, because those are my documents. I was president. I have a right to have these. And all he had to do was just return the documents. Was it a Democrat conspiracy to get Trump to not return the documents? Was it a Democrat telling him to keep hold of the documents and to store them in the way that he did? I don't think so. I think that was Trump's advisors and Trump's decision making that got him in this problem in the first place. So, yeah, Jon Stewart, always on point, and I always like what he has to say. And yeah, the two-tier justice system that exists benefits Donald J. Trump.